All right, cool. I think we're rolling. All right, gentlemen. I would say it's good to see both of y'all. I can only see Braden. Dax camera is broken, so we're gonna just have to work with the audio for right now. How you doing, Dax?
Good, doing good.
Good, man. You doing all right, Braden? You're home, right?
Yeah, I'm home in Preston right now, just chilling.
Nice. And where are you at, Dax, right now?
I'm in Pocatello right now.
Okay, sweet. Yep. All right, so let's get right into it, Jimmy. So let's just do a little introduction. We'll start with you, Braden. Talk about who you are and why we didn't get to see you play this year.
All right, so I'm Braden Parker. I was on the team last year. I had a red shirt. I got injured first of the year. I found out a day or two before the first game, and I was scooter bound for 3 months. And then I was in a boot for the 4th month. I'm finally getting back into swing of things. And, I'm just loving walking around. You miss the little things in life.
So what's going on with you, Dax? What's going on in your world?
Not much, man. I just been sitting at home trying to do homework, following up with these online classes.
Sweet, man. Let's talk about kind of who you are, where you came from, and why we didn't get to see you play this year.
So I'm Dax and Carr. I grew up in Pocatello, Idaho. I actually watched the Bengals as a kid. I played my first year of college basketball at Cal Poly. Things didn't work out the way I wanted there, so I transferred back to IHU. I thought I was going to be able to play this last year, but the NCAA didn't let me. Something about transfer policies I wasn't allowed to, so I was waiting half the season to see if I could play, just on the end of my seat, ready to go. But as it turned out, I didn't get cleared, so didn't get to play this year.
Yeah, those doggone rules, man. They're trying to make it fair, though, even playing field. So just kind of work with it. So, if somebody told me you guys had the craziest first year at Idaho State, I wouldn't put up a fight with that. Just talk about the whole year, how crazy it was, and how your roles kind of transitioned. We'll start with you, Brady.
We went in the summer last year. We were enjoying it. All the boys got together, lifting weights, enjoying it. Playing open gym every once in a while, just getting to hang out with the boys. Then when it comes into season, things just kind of wasn't falling. I got hurt. Daxton couldn't get a waiver in time. Ballon just had surgery. There's a lot of ups and downs at the very first of the year. So we kind of knew what we're into. We finally get going into the season. We're having fun. We win the first couple. We had a big win against the Air Force. We're just getting rolling. Then, we just kind of hit a little slump. And then finally, it took about end of the year. We really just came together and we won that last game. And I think personally that I don't think anybody really wanted to play us in the tournament because, we didn't have the record we wanted, but we were right there with all the teams. So, and when my role changed is when I got hurt. I had to see a different perspective of basketball on the bench, and that was really weird for me. I've always been on the court, playing hard, but when this year I sat by me, Daxton, Will, and Bound. We cheered on the back of the bench, and it was just different to see what the bench is, So it was really fun of all the guys getting up, cheering for the team. I really enjoyed that. And then, just besides that, that's how the role changed. So I was more the guy on the bench saying, good job, nice going, just trying to help the guys out, So that's kind of what my role changed.
Did you find yourself kind of seeing things on the side that you didn't see while you were playing that you can kind of, tell like maybe Chidi, you'd be like, hey man, what I'm saying? If you kind of position yourself this way, you have a better chance with this. Did you see any of that on the bench or was it more like it's kind of the same thing? You just kind of felt helpless on the sideline?
Well, it's a little bit of both, I know more about post play, so I would help the post players. Chidi and Malik, I helped a lot, or I tried to, I'd say, hey, this guy's his foot's right here. You need to make this move. It'll probably be open, and if they listen, they listen. And if not, you know, they still did their own thing and they were great at it. So, you know, we just had fun, you know.
Absolutely, I got you. Okay, all right, Dax, let's talk to you for a second, man.
Yeah, so when I transferred, the first thing I thought was I get to come home and play in front of my family, my friends, like the people that grew up and like supported me all the way up through high school. So I was super excited to come home and, you know, make a splash, do something serious, bring some life back to ISU. As the waiver didn't work out, so that was kind of tough, and I didn't want it to like derail the whole season for me. I didn't want it to ruin the whole year for me, so I kind of took it as an opportunity to better myself. Changing my role as, like Braden said, being able to like see the court all the time, being on the court all the time to somebody who never gets to touch the court. So I just took it as opportunity for me to push myself in the weight room and then come to practice and push everybody as hard as I can. That way they're better. That way they're more prepared for games and stuff. Like Braden said, a lot of the guys like on the floor, sitting on the bench, you get a completely new perspective of the game, like things you could never see before on the floor because it's moving so fast. But yeah, I remember many times when me and Braden would talk to guys on the court and just tell them little things that we see on the court. And I definitely would say that I saw it help people, but at the same time, like Braden said, some of our guys were so good that they didn't need that they could just score however.
Okay, so let's take it to, you know, the last week in Boise, because really you guys kind of had an interesting year. If you think about back in high school when you guys were being recruited, if somebody can say, hey, this is what we're going to do for you. We're going to put you in our program and we're going to let you watch. You're not going to get any play time, but you're going to see exactly how it's going to be the next year. And the next year, we're going to put you in there. And so it's really a unique experience all the way up to playoffs. So talk about that last week. We'll start with you, Braden.
All right. You're asking a while back now. Let's see. So I remember the prep of basketball. Practice got a little shorter. You know, everybody was a little happier. You know, we weren't going full contact. You know, we weren't bumping guys around. We're getting more shots up. Guys were happy. You know, they were ready to play in this tournament. I thought, anyways. So we kind of, you know, I can remember the very last practice we had in Pocatello. Looney rings all of us in the circle saying, hey, you know, this could be the last time we play ball this season. You know, let's just go out and go have fun. And it kind of stuck with the guys, I think. And next thing you know, we come out. I can't remember the game strategy or the game plan for the first game, but from the bench perspective, what I had is everybody was having fun. People were smiling, you know. Everybody was just clicking. There wasn't anything that bad could happen, you know. And then so we win the game. Then in the morning we get a text message, or I think it was a text message from one of the coaching staff. We actually went to shoot around in the morning.
Yeah.
So we were ready for the game. Hour or so after, Pauline says, the coaches say Pauline wants to meet with us, and we all know that's not good.
Yeah. So
we go in, and Pauline basically says that coronavirus kind of shut down the whole thing. Everybody was really down about it. You know, I really felt bad about the seniors last year. They wanted to go out with a bang. We won the first game. We could kept on rolling, but next thing you know, it's kind of is all over. And, you know, everybody was really down. And then I can remember we weren't talking for a little bit. And then it was just a different ordeal. But before the meeting we had, we were all ready for the game. And next thing you know, everything I can remember, all the coaches saying all the different leagues were shutting down, all the conferences saying, canceled and stuff. So it was very interesting of how the team took it. And I think we took it well as we could, honestly. So.
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, when I saw you guys again, I didn't see any spirits that were, obviously it's disappointing, but I didn't see any spirits broken. So, I think you guys took it well too. So Dax, let's go to you now. Let's talk about how the team prepared and leading up to that, the last few games and how everything were coming together up to that trip. And you can even throw in how, the circumstances that came where you couldn't travel.
Okay. So right before the tournament, we had I think it was one or two practices because we had a whole week of road games before that. so I didn't get to travel on the road games. I didn't get to really be with the team. And then when they came home, they seemed a little tired that first day of practice because it was a long road trip. But still focused, but it just seemed like kind of slow, you know. That second day of practice, right before they left for Boise, though, you could tell something had clicked, something had changed. Like, guys were ready to go. Like, they knew, like, it was time to shine. Like, it's go big, go home. And I was excited because a lot of people had been kind of giving us an underdog card for the whole tournament, and I knew that we had a chance to beat anybody in the conference. So I was excited for us to go in. And I remember watching the game at my house on TV with a bunch of my friends, and it was like 2 minutes left, and everybody's like, "Dude, ISU's gonna win. ISU's gonna win." I was like, "I know, like I told y'all, like I told y'all." And as soon as the game went over, or the final buzzer sounded, all me and my homies, we were jumping, screaming in the living room, like going nuts. And they're not even a part of the team, but like they like feel like they're a part of the culture, which is something really cool to see.
Yeah, man, that's beautiful, man. We'll end it on this here. Just after all this, man, and seeing, you know, just how, like I texted you guys earlier, how fragile the dream is. You know, talk about how it's changed your perspective in life and your approach to the game, and you know what impact it's had on you. You know, seeing, you know, guys like Chidi and Chair and Jared, and how their season ended, you know, not on their terms, and how you guys really didn't start on your terms. You know what I'm saying? All those different things that could happen to an athlete, and how that's changed your perspective. We'll start with you, Dax.
It was a tough year. I would say it was a tough year. There was a lot of ups and downs. I would say more downs than ups, but we managed to kind of like fight through that adversity, and it really showed. Some of the guys, like, are very resilient. It's really cool to see. As far as like watching our seniors that last game, one of the guys that I actually looked up to on the team a lot was Chidi, just because of the energy that he brought to practice, energy that he brought everywhere he was. And to see the season end like it did was really rough, because he's somebody who had worked extremely hard all season, somebody who was just working for that final payoff and didn't get to reap the benefits, even though he should have. But he definitely taught me like a huge lesson that, like, I can't take it for granted. Like, it could end at any moment. Like, I'm only a sophomore this year, so I have a lot of eligibility, but this year was cut short. Like, anything could happen to anybody. So I mean, it's pushing me to keep my head straight, make sure I'm getting what I need to be getting done and doing it right, and just trying to lead by example.
That's good, man. Yeah, like you said, you have a lot of eligibility left, so it's good that you were able to get this lesson so early, man. And
right.
I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see you play. So
yeah, I'm excited for it.
Looking forward to that. All right, Braden, let's talk about it, man.
Well, you know, the season really put me in perspective. You know, I always tried to be the guy that was never hurt. You know, always pushed through it, and I realized that you can't do that anymore. You know, when your body tells you something, you gotta listen. And you know, I was a bad listener. Bad listener. So, so just little things I missed out on, like when like guys could like walk down the stairs to film and they were talking and stuff. Like, it's just weird because I had to take the elevator with my scooter. Like, I couldn't even walk down the stairs. So, like, you know, you just miss little things like that. And when you're healthy, and like, you know, when we have 7 a.m. conditioning and stuff, and we complain about it because we have to go run, like, I would give my boot up and my scooter away if I could do that again. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's kind of like, don't take things for granted, you know? So like now for this coming year, I'm like 7 a.m. conditioning. I'm going to say, okay, like, I'm not going to have a bad attitude. Weights, I'm not going to have a bad attitude, because that's what I missed this year. You know, I missed on the court too. Like, I missed everything. The boot kind of put me in a bad predicament of just kind of watching practice, you know. Dax go out there and play with them, and you know, I had to make the connections of going into the locker room and like talking to the guys, and you know what I mean. So that was a big thing. And then our seniors, they're really good teachers, honestly. Like Dax said, Chidi was very vocal, you know, very vocal of what what he wanted to do, and he was in the gym 24/7. I swear, every day I saw him in the gym. And then Jared and Sheard, they taught on just lead by example. Basically, they would still comment on things, but when they were on the court, they meant business, and that was really good thing to take away. And then Will, he's just the funniest guy I ever know. Me and him actually went against each other when I was good, or when I was playing, and he's just a great guy. So he's very smart on basketball. He was one of the guys that sat by me and Daxon actually, so I got to see what he could see on the floor too, and just a whole bunch of different minds in the back of the bench thinking and like trying to help guys out, and he was very influential like that. So, and when you're around Will, you just laugh. He's just a great guy to be around.
Yeah, sweet, man. Hey, man, I'm excited. I'm excited to see you too, man, because you're already a stud, so solid in the post, man. So see you change your approach to where it's like not taking this for granted anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually gonna put my all into that, man. That's man, it's almost scary to think about, man. I'm excited. I appreciate you guys doing this, hopping on. Can't wait to see you guys back on campus and get it going and back in Boise, man. We can finish business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
All right, gentlemen. All right, man. I appreciate you guys again, man. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, see y'all.